foot at me. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad.
I reported to the manager of the store, okay?
I already spoke to the manager.
I didn't have to eat, you know. This is my angry.
It's just after 5 p.m. in Martin County, Florida, where one Subway restaurant is serving up some $5 drama. The man in this surveillance video appears to shove a sandwich at an employee. Get this. Witnesses claim the man got manic because his footlong wasn't cut in half.
Briefly give me a synopsis as to what happened. I know I read it from the statement, but I just want you to just verbalize it as to what happened.
He already had an attitude, but I was still like nice enough to like, you know, try to give like an energy so his mood could change or whatever.
Okay.
Everything was okay till we get to the end, cut his sandwich in half. I wrap it up and he put it in a separate to the other sandwich, and I was like, okay, just let me know ahead of time. Okay. And then he got mad and snatched the food from me and ripped it himself and said, was this hard to do?
Okay.
So then right there, that's when I told him, and then that's when he was like, okay, I'm gonna come over here tomorrow. So I just understood that he was making calls. I went back to the line, and that's when he came and was like, he knocked the food over to me.
Let's take another look at that surveillance video where our suspect takes off just after the incident, and that worker was not letting that sandwich scandal slide.
This man right here threw food at me, got the license plate, threw food at me. This man right here threw food at me. Threw food at me. You threw food at me, and I'm finna. You threw food at me. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad.
Thanks to that video, took investigators no time to identify the man as 54-year-old Alberto de Barros, a deputy with the Martin County Sheriff's Office, caught up with the suspect at his home.
Speak English?
Yes, I speak English.
Give me a second. Uno momento.
18321.
Uno momento. Uno momento.
I was talking with the manager, the store.
Yeah, licencia. ID. Let me see your ID.
10-4, Alpha 15 and 14, show you back, 10-8.
Alberto heads inside to get his ID and returns on a call looking to, you might have guessed, speak to a manager.
Give me a second, my friend.
I reported to the manager of the store, okay?
I already spoke to the manager. I already spoke to the manager. I already talked to the manager. I'm waiting on somebody else. I'm waiting on my partner to get here before I talk to you, okay? I have one more guy coming, then I'm gonna talk to you and tell you what's going on.
Yes, you know, but I don't start anything, you know?
No, don't listen to me. Listen to me. Don't tell me nothing right now. I have to wait for my partner to come before I talk to you. The best thing you can do is be quiet right now. Don't tell me nothing. Wait for my other partner to get here, then I'll talk to you, okay? I don't want to talk to you right now. Just wait, okay? Just give me a minute.
Moments later, that other deputy arrives and we hear Alberto's side of the story.
So the reason I'm here is because we went to Subway earlier, and when you was at Subway, you got into an altercation with that black female cashier, and then you threw your sandwich at her. So before I talk to you, let me read you of your rights, all right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk with a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand what I just read to you?
I understand. The only thing I need to clarify is I don't throw the sandwich to the lady. I threw the sandwich to the counter because before I open, I request to the lady, please put the sandwich in the house, okay?
You said you threw the sandwich to the counter.
To the counter. She had a counter, but not to the lady. Okay?
So what do you have to say about that witness that saw you throw the sandwich? Or what do you have to say about the video that happened?
It's okay. It's my perception that happened.
Okay, you said that's your perception.
Yeah.
I just told you there's video and there's witnesses.
Yeah.
Why are you saying perception when there's evidence? We have evidence. You said perception. I have evidence.
Okay. And then let me see what I can say. What happened?
Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah. I go over there.
Okay.
And try to get a sandwich.
Okay.
And request to put the sandwich.
Okay.
Then she's a little maybe tired. The lady maybe tired. I don't know what happened, but she don't I explained, please cut the sandwich in the half, and she told me all the foot-long sandwich need to cut in the half.
You told her to cut the sandwich in half, and
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Well,
It didn't happen, no?
No, let me explain again. Then she told me, I don't work in Subway, no? Then, and she told me all the foot-long sandwich need to be put in the half. She told me this one.
Okay.
And I went into the end, okay? Then into the end, I see the whole sandwich, complete the half sandwich. And I told you, you don't put the sandwich, sausage like that, I say to the lady, okay? But she told me, we start to, back and forth.
Okay.
But I waiting, and she told, I told to the lady, if you don't put the sandwich, I can put the sandwich, no problem, finish.
Okay.
That's the truth, you can see in the video. Then she don't want to finish, and I open the sandwich because I am supposed to divide the sandwich, Open the sandwich, I am separate the sandwich, okay? Okay. Then she told me, I don't want to sell, and she go over there. Then I take my phone number and try to look the customer phone number, so I didn't get. I called, try to get for the web page, and I come back and say to the lady, I don't die, I don't eat your sandwich.
Okay.
Alberto's wife pulls up in the middle of the conversation. Our suspect continues his story.
Then it's my wife. Then she go outside. My father and my mother has Parkinson, I need to put the sandwich for my mother, I put separate. My mother, she go over there, and you can see also the video outside, and she go. Let me explain. She like this. Leave the cat. Wait for me. I don't see nothing. I don't touch this lady. I don't touch this lady. I go to another Subway because the only thing I can buy outside is Subway because it's cheap one. Okay? Then, vete para adentro. No, me han ido vete para adentro.
Let's go, sir. Let's go.
Then, she go outside, vete para adentro. No quiero problemas. Vete para adentro. She go outside and knock the windows.
She went outside to get your tag because you were leaving.
Yeah,
you were escaping.
I hear it.
Let me tell you why she went outside, because I saw the video. Okay? I saw that video of her going out to your car. She did that because if she didn't do that, she would have called the police and said somebody threw a sandwich at me, and I would have never knew who threw a sandwich at her because you would have got away. She did that.
I got it.
Let me tell you, she went and got your tag so I could be here right now. If she didn't do what she did, I would never know who you are. I would not be over here right now. You would have got away with a crime if she didn't do what she did. She got your tag because she wanted you to face justice, and that's my role right here. Yeah. You threw a sandwich at her, you hit her, and you tried to escape thinking that you weren't going to get caught. But luckily, she took it upon herself to get your tag, and she found out. She gave the tag to me, and I ran the tag, and that's exactly why I'm here right now, because I found out who you are because she did that. If she didn't do that, you would be at your home right now. Somebody threw a sandwich at her, and I would have never knew who threw a sandwich at her. But because she captured that evidence, that's how I know who you are.
Sorry,
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Don't fight me. You're under arrest for battery.
While Alberto is cuffed and put into that truck, another officer lets his wife know what happened. Here's her reaction.
That's unfortunate because he eats there every single day. He eats there.
Yeah.
So they actually have friends there.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what happened.
That is unfortunate.
You probably got a little carried away, but you're still not supposed to do that.
The address is right here for you, and there's a phone number on there if you have any questions.
We rejoin our suspect en route to jail.
I have a bad day, my mother is sick.
And no right to throw a sandwich at somebody.
Yeah, I know, but let me explain this one. We don't come back, but the truth is I was...
You're Hispanic, sir?
Yes. Well, you know, I have a bad day.
Let me get you down there because the faster I do this process, the faster it goes. I don't want to hold you up any longer. So let me.
Yeah, please. I feel too bad, you know. I never made. You can read my record. I have never. I only have one.
Judging you, man. We all make mistakes, but this you shouldn't have done that. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She wants to press charges, so this is where we're at. Okay.
How much is the bond I need to submit? You know how much is?
I'll let you know all that stuff when I get to the jail, okay?
Yeah, well, you can tell me because I don't have too much money, and you know, how much
Yeah,
is?
wait till I get to the jail because I have to review the paperwork, okay? So give me a moment, okay?
Oh my God, my mother is
Do me
over
a
there.
favor, sit back, sir. I don't want you to.
Jesse, this way.
Yeah, just lean back. I don't want you to hit your head on the glass or something.
Wow, this is amazing, you know. I never have in the jail, never in my life, in my country here, never.
Looks like there's a first time for everything. Alberto goes on to explain that Hanger may be to blame for his actions.
Yeah, you are right, sir. But I only explained to you. We have altercation. I immediately I don't throw the sandwich to the lady. I try to get a phone number.
You could have called the police and just, you know, if you wanted to talk to somebody about what's going on in there.
Yeah, you are right.
I would have been happy to, you know, listen to what's going on.
You know,
It shouldn't have never gotten to this level.
Yeah.
Now because it got to this level.
Now the problem is, you know, my records. I ain't worried about my records because I'm a general contractor. You know, I have a license. Maybe I was studying for a new license, and I don't know if I can get a new license with this problem. You know.
Like I said, I don't know you. This is the first time I'm meeting you. I just have a job to do. This is.
Yeah. I know. We're talking out of all of the records. You know, it's my feeling right now. I am worried for my mother because my mother has some mental issues. If she know I am in the jail, maybe she can die. You know, and my father too. When we go to the jail, you can give me some water because I need water, man.
Okay, I'll let the nurse know you want water.
1 cup of water only because I don't eat nothing today because I go to the house, my father and my mother to pick it up. I go to the doctor, and I didn't have to eat. You know, this is my angry because I want to eat the sandwich. You know.
He clearly has some fresh concerns now that he's headed for jail. A short time later, Alberto comes to a conclusion of his own.
No more Subway sandwich, my friend. The truth, I called to somebody and told me is the manager. I had the phone number here before you go to my home, you know. I tried to figure out this problem before I called you, the lady, and I called to the supposed manager. I go to another Subway and they give me a phone number. I was talking with the guy and when you arrived.
This is one problem that just can't be solved by calling the manager. Alberto arrives at the jail where he's booked for simple battery.
Okay, let me take your seatbelt on.
Can I step out?
Since then, he has pled not guilty to the charge. That case is still pending. And as for that sandwich,
Nasty anyways, they can do the whole sandwich. I mean, the whole food is still on the floor right now to this day.